You are watching On Demand. Please do not try to vote or enter any competition or other interactivity in this programme, as it may not count and you may still be charged.
Hi, welcome to your last Loose Women of the Week. Joining me, Kay Adams, for some festive Friday fun. It's Katie Piper, Linda Robson and Nadia Sawalha. Coming up with trendy makeover dolls topping many kids' Christmas lists. Are these new dolls dangerous for our kids or just a bit of harmless fun? Plus...
I mean, I've probably put my whole career to shame, but I'll take it for one good night in camp.
She's the last woman standing in the I'm a Celeb castle. We'll be finding out why Frankie's family are so proud of her stint when we catch up with her sister Tor at 12:45. We're proud of her too. And at 1 o'clock, 15 months after his brain cancer diagnosis, the Wanted star Tom Parker and his wife Kelsey join us for an exclusive interview to talk about how they've got through their toughest times and why their family is looking ahead to a brighter future. Now, Katie, you missed a great night last night, I have to say, before we start. We were out...
Not very nice.
That wasn't very nice, was
lovely.
it? No.
I know.
Oh, my goodness, I kicked the bucket.
That was karma.
Well, we were at the Panto, wasn't it? And it was just such a delight. We were transported
to Panto Land.
To Panto Land.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was so good. I've got a safety pin in my trousers.
But the thing about it, I think it was just, we all realised as it was going through the night how much we needed to just escape the world.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
And what better people to escape with? Donny Osmond,
Oh, my
Julian
goodness.
Clary,
Oh, I love him. He's brilliant.
Nigel Havers. It was a great night.
It was
just
so
good.
we laughed. I can't remember the last time that I laughed so consistently for
And
a
I'm
couple of
sure
hours.
Donny Osmond was looking me in the eye most of the night, honestly. I'm
can
sure
tell
he winked at me at one time.
Well, I have to say, Nadia and I sat when he went into Puppy Love. Nadia and I were sitting there thinking, "Oh God, Linda's going to storm the stage."
I was crying. I was sobbing.
Because in the interval, she was like a deranged being, wasn't she? Just whatever you said to her, she was like, Donny Osmond, Donny Osmond.
I tried to get backstage, but they wouldn't have it. 'cause
They
of
wouldn't
COVID.
let her. Yeah.
COVID again.
Yeah, that's what they said to you. It was the look in your eyes.
I know. Well, anyway, as you say, Nadia, it was such a good escape. So we're going to continue the escape. We are not going anywhere near the COVID word today. So, Linda, would you please like to do the honours?
One would love to.
Jolly good.
Blimey, she's already gone all
There
post.
she
Look
goes.
at her. Off she
There we
goes.
are.
She's our COVID.
Oh, I
She's got her fan,
say.
she's got her scissors. What's she up to? Look at, she's very regal, isn't she?
Should we do a drum roll?
Yep.
I would like to declare Loose Women a COVID-free zone. For one day only.
Oh, yes, she did.
Tip top, tip top. Yeah. Well, I tell you what I missed out on last night was, of course, the new Sex and the City series was back.
Well, I was at home alone. Now we know, watching it alone, actually, Kay. Thank you.
Okay, well, listen, I wish I had. I was such a big Sex and the City fan.
too.
Absolutely loved it. So so no spoilers, but thank you very
Yes.
much. I mean, what we do know, it's called Just Like That. And Kim Cattrall, she's missing from the lineup because Samantha... Well, how is her absence kind of explained in it?
They don't just nod to it, they reference it. It's actually part of the storyline. And I'm not going to spoil
Well,
it for
no,
anyone
I
that
actually
hasn't
think
seen
we've
it.
got the VT.
Oh, we have? OK, all right.
You know, it is kind of like she's dead, Samantha. We never even talk about her.
I told her that because of, what the book business is now, it just didn't make sense for me to keep her on as a publicist. She said fine and then fired me as a friend.
She didn't fire you.
Okay, she stopped returning my calls.
You know, Samantha, her pride got damaged. Do you think maybe if you...
I did. Multiple texts and nothing.
Okay, well, then I guess that's all we can, do. So weird.
I know. I always thought the four of us would be friends forever.
Me too, Carrie. I thought you'd be friends forever. I found it so sad. But I tell you what, at that point, I was at home with all my snacks on the sofa and my mouth was hanging open because I felt that was a bit passive-aggressive because in real life, there has been a fallout on camera.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, Carrie, you know, Sarah Jessica Parker, she's one of the producers, and was this a bit of a dig in the script at Kim Cattrall?
What, like, this
How
was
can
she's
we
saying
ever
that
know?
we've tried, we've
Yeah.
done everything we can, and it's not
Through the
coming back
medium of
from-
television, we're getting a message across.
I thought that was a bit of hot tea.
I know, but it is. I mean, like for women who have been, well, not just women, but I suppose you know, friends for lots and lots of years, I actually found that quite a big one. I mean, friends come and go in your life, don't they?
Yeah.
But you tend to have your core that you really do think that you're going to be sort of going through all the stages of life together, and if there is a fallout, then it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, it's sad.
Oh, I mean, as I sit amongst my friends that didn't invite me to the pantomime, and
Not letting this one go.
We didn't actually know we were all going. We just turned
no, it's really funny because I was thinking about this, especially when I watched it last night, and I thought, I think I'm the bad friend because where, you know, majority of my career has been self-employed, I've got 2 kids, I'm always double booking myself, I'm always busy. If I'm not busy, I'm tired. So I'm the flaky friend. I'm the one that forgets the presents on the birthdays. It's my friend's 40th and everyone's met up. They're together today now, and I'm here today and I'm going later tonight, and I always feel like I'm the letdown.
Well, you know, but I think the problem is with platonic relationships is we tend to see them as they must stay fixed and that somehow you're a bad person if you ever fall out of love, if you like, with a friend. And that all stories played by how long that friendship is. But I think it's just like any other relationship where it's people can change, they can evolve, there can be all sorts of complexities that you've got to work out. I mean, I think there's a place for friends counselling because we just imagine that everything's got to be OK. And I would say, you know, you are an incredibly busy woman. I've never seen anyone so busy. You've got 2 young children, so friendships have to evolve. And you have to be able to say, well, you know, actually, you look worn out and you haven't stopped working. So it doesn't matter if you don't come to this thing today. We'll meet each other another time. But I think sometimes it can get a bit rigid and we want to stay like how we were when we were young, when it's like total loyalty to your friends and friends came first.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
Well, I had a friend that I'd been friends with since my 20s. We'd always been really good friends. Our families all knew each other. We used to go out a lot together. And then I wasn't well a couple of years ago, and for some reason, she didn't get in touch with me. So I was really, really disappointed with it. But before anyone says anything, it wasn't Pauline Quirk. We are best friends.
Yeah, but you're
I
obsessed
saw
that
her
everything
a
says
week
about Pauline
ago
Quirk.
because there's rumours everywhere saying that we fell out. We never fell out. We're still really good friends. I spent the day at her house a week and a half ago. We had a
God,
lovely
you two
day
talking, that'd be
together. I know. It
but
was
that's
meant to be like a morning, and we were there till like the evening and whatever. But yes, I was really, really disappointed in that friend, and I'm no longer friends with her really. So
But
there's
then-
sometimes when you just think, no, you
But
shouldn't have
then
been
the
there for me
problem
when I wasn't
is
well.
you don't know what's going on in their life. And I mean,
Yeah.
friendship is a two-way street, and you can be very hurt by a friend because it is an important relationship. And so if you feel that they've let you down, then you kind of retreat. But misunderstandings are just so... I mean, things with a romantic relationship, you're more likely to have a showdown, aren't you?
demand,
You might say, well, why aren't you getting in touch?
Yeah,
Why are you...
yeah.
But you don't do that with friendship. It does just kind of like...
You're less
Yeah.
tolerant, maybe, do you think? Like, in a sort of relationship with your partner, you'll confront them, you'll try to sort it out. But you're right, in friendships, you just sort of go your separate ways and throw it away.
Yeah.
I think it's, I just think working on your friendships run alongside working on yourself. And I mean, I was the flakiest friend. You think you're flaky, you're not flaky, you're busy. I was the flakiest friends when we've spoken about this before. You know, Kay and I have been friends for over 20 years, and there was a long period of time where I just was in a mess. I'd had a lot of trauma gone on, I was drinking heavily. Kay almost intimidated me without knowing, without meaning, because she was so sorted and she was so smart and and it was a time when I was feeling so fragile and my self-esteem was so low that I avoided you all the time and I wouldn't pick up calls, wouldn't call back. And I wanted to be around people that were more chaotic because of my chaos.
It was about you.
But the amazing thing is that, oh, look, it's there, Kay.
look
What we think. You know, but the amazing thing is when years later, when I phoned Kay, And and it was so hard for me to do it because never a day went past when I didn't think about her. So if you've got a friend like that, just try this, just call her. And the first thing Kay said was, "Oh, you're one of my favourite people in the world." Straight off.
Kay Adams, you're a good friend.
No, but I've always been a dreadful liar as well.
No, but it's taught me that. And recently in a friendship, there was a problem with me and there's been all sorts of stuff going on. And I reached out to this friend of mine. I said, no matter what's going on, this is what I think of when I think of you. And actually, that came back to me all these years later from the way that Kay responded to me when I'd been in Kay's. So it is a balance. It's not always about giving up on a friend that's behaved badly. I behaved really badly. But a true friendship, there's rows, there's forgiveness, like any other relationship.
Yeah.
That's tempestuous. Yeah, that's when a relationship becomes real, is
meaningful.
when it gets lumpy and crunchy and you manage to get over it.
Yeah.
And that wasn't difficult for me to do at all, I have to say. It was very, very instinctive. Lots more to come on today's show, including a catch-up with the Wanted's Tom Parker and his wife, Kelsey. And after the break, our Frankie's big sister, Tor, will be with us telling us the other secret signal that she's been sending to the outside world and why she thinks that Frankie should win in this Sunday's final. Unsurprisingly, of course, we totally agree. See you after this.
London, let's hear you sing it.
Welcome back. That was the Wanted's Tom Parker getting back on stage for the first time in a year from his brain cancer diagnosis back in September. He's going to be joining us with his wife Kelsey in around 15 minutes for an emotional chat about their family's future. And at 1:15, we're discussing dolls from bawling babies to fabulous fashionistas. Should there be an age limit on when you should stop playing with them, Katie? You could do with listening to that. Oh. Now, it's nearly 3 weeks. Can you believe it's 3 weeks since Frankie went into the I'm a Celebrity castle? It seems like ages since we've seen her. And, fingers crossed, we could see her crowned as the Queen of the Castle. Obviously, we're desperate to have her back here with us, but we just can't get enough of her castle capers.
My husband, Wayne Bridge, did The Jungle back in 2016. I just have to beat him just a little bit.
What's your favourite biscuit?
Just a cream.
Mine too. I knew I liked him.
You are strong and determined, more than you know. I couldn't be prouder.
We just had to drink stuff and it's just like, it was so hard. I feel like such an idiot.
I've still got yesterday's Snickers on. I don't know, I'm fighting in their sleeping bag yet. Me too.
Really?
The conversations we're having are conversations that we would normally have with, like, your friends that you've known for 10 years.
Yay! I hope that turns out.
Oh, no! We're out!
She manages to look gorgeous.
Always. No makeup.
She?
Yeah, she does. I know with guns coming down.
She still looks gorgeous.
But isn't it remarkable? You think the last conversation we had with Frankie sitting here was that she didn't like condiments.
Yeah.
She was kind of
ketchup.
freaked out by condiments and tomato ketchup. I mean, Mike, she has grown, hasn't she?
She really has.
She's embraced everything. Well, she's done everything, hasn't
And she doesn't like the texture of certain foods, does she? Well, she's had to have enough textures now.
She's so
she's
tough.
been
She's so
fantastic.
strong.
She really is.
Standing.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Frankie's big sister Tor's with us. She's joining us from Bermuda. Hi there, Tor.
Hi.
Hi. Have you been watching anxiously? You must have been.
Of course, yes, every day.
So what have you been thinking then as you've been watching?
I mean, she's been brilliant, hasn't she? Like, as you've all just said, she's just been really herself. She's thrown herself at everything. She's kind of been friends to everybody. I mean, that challenge is just hilarious. I just think she's just been real and I really like it. And she does look fabulous every day.
But is it difficult sometimes to see some of the stuff she's going through? Because I think we've found some of it really a bit upsetting, actually.
Yeah, I think the one where she cried, the karaoke one.
Yeah.
It was really funny at first, and then at the end when she kind of got really emotional, I got really emotional and cried. And I think things like that normally, like we'd be on FaceTime to each other straight away, like we speak all day, every day. So I think that sort of thing was really hard. I actually did cry. But knowing that she had the others there that kind of did comfort her, made her feel better. Definitely
You must be desperate
that.
to be saying to her, though, wouldn't you? If she says, you're doing really well, everybody really likes you.
Yeah, reassure her.
Literally, even now, like she doesn't even know this is happening. It blows my mind that she's like got no idea.
And when I was in there, I had a secret signal. It was cuckoo, just to let my family know. If it was all right.
Very secretive it was, Tor.
What's Frankie's secret signal for you to let you know that she's doing okay?
It's definitely the face one that you showed. It's for the kids more, but like, yeah, just the like every time. Really attractive face. It really makes me laugh.
So had she planned that with you?
I think the kids definitely were trying to come up with something for her to do, and they came up with all sorts, and I think that was her compromise in the end. She was like, I need to do something that I know the camera will see but doesn't make me look really stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if she succeeded on that.
No, the shoulder shrug is good. We've got the shoulder shrug with her. Look, there we go. That's pretty good.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Oh, well, listen, Tor, she's been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And hopefully she's going to be there to the absolute end and be crowned the queen of the castle. Yeah?
Girl power, last girl standing. She definitely needs to be getting that crown for sure.
Absolutely. Lovely to speak to you, Tor, and hopefully the next
Thanks so much.
next time we speak to you, then you'll be saying, ooh, my sister is the queen of the castle. Well, I'm certainly voting for her, that's for sure. My little mobile phone
Yeah,
will be
everyone's
very
got to vote
busy.
for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Support our Frankie, or somebody else if you want to, but support our Frankie.
Frankie.
Competition time now, and another chance to win our mega festive prize of £200,000. Lisa Snowden has all the important details.
The sleigh bells are fast approaching, and I've got a jingle jackpot, which could mean you have fun all the way. It's an enormous £200,000 in tax-free cash. Just start to imagine all those zeros on your bank balance. To give you a taste, here are some of our previous winners to tell you what it's like to get that call from ITV.
I answered the phone. Didn't quite believe what the lady had said to me on the phone, so I asked her to repeat herself, didn't I? And then put it on loudspeaker so you could hear what she said.
And I still didn't believe.
You were still very sceptical. Because, again, you just don't believe things like that are going to happen to normal people like us. We're still in shock, but happy.
Imagine all the fun you and your family could have with £200,000 in tax-free cash. I don't want you to miss out, so get that entry in now. For another chance to win, text cash to 81119. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Call 09068 78 11119. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY48 PO Box 7558, Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close on Friday the 17th of December at 3 p.m. Good luck.
Now, is this cheeky wee man here giving you a lot of grief at the moment?
Put that picture there.
You know, it's nothing to do with us. It was a little elf. Is he causing havoc in your house, Katie?
He's causing havoc, but he's also exercising discipline. He's
he?
keeping an eye on the kids. He's making them toe the line, and you know, it's a helping hand for me. And sometimes I give them a little helping hand as well.
I mean, so many houses have the elf on the shelf now. Santa didn't really send the elf when my kids were small. This is relatively recent. So what was he there for?
So we have two, because we've got two children. So we have...
So Santa sent you two elves?
So Sharon and Barnaby, they're brother and sister.
Oh.
And they come every night unless you're naughty. And they get up to mischief. They hide in the blender, which sounds a bit violent, doesn't it?
Don't do that,
in the blender. They draw on our bananas. They unravel the toilet roll, and every morning it makes my daughters get up nice and early for school, which is really good. And they run down. And the main thing is you can't touch him, because if you touch him, you destroy the magic.
Wow.
And then whilst we're eating our
Have you ever been tempted to touch him?
No. I don't want to be single-handedly responsible for ruining Christmas.
Do Mummy and Daddy like having the elf in the house? Elves?
Yes, it can be a challenging guest to have to stay.
Yes.
Well, it's having to pick something different up every single
Ah!
day.
There he is in our house. La, la, la,
In the blender. He's in the blender.
Is that Barnaby or Cheryl?
Barnaby is the stripy one in the blender, and Sharon was the one on the top. Yeah. No, there they are fixing the cars. They're mechanics. Oh, there they are in the bathroom. They wrote the name on the mirror.
So
with
when
my,
Mummy
with
and
my
Daddy
whitening toothpaste.
When Mummy and Daddy are really tired and maybe they've fallen asleep on the sofa, have they ever woken you up?
Well, no,
The
Daddy
Alzheimer's
goes into a
coming?
really deep sleep and lets Mummy deal with it.
Oh, let's Mummy.
Oh, really?
Right.
And what about Lila? Does
Yeah,
she-
Lila and Betsy have the elf visitors.
Do they have little elves as
night.
well?
They do, yeah, they love it.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. And the same thing, if they misbehave, the elf might not come tonight.
Yeah, Linda's recovered herself.
I know.
Can little elves ever come for husbands?
Oh, now there's an idea.
This just feels like another show.
Would Mark like a visit from an elf?
Well, I think so. Maybe then Mark could wipe the sides down into the dishwasher if the elf was looking happily at him. Maybe.
Maybe you could be his little elf.
Magic
Couldn't you? Yeah.
I believe
on a
you'll
little
actually
shelf.
more than one elf.
Oh,
Well, after the break, we're going to be talking to Tom Parker, the wanted star, alongside his brother.
Oh,
Don't touch the elf, Kelsey! Don't touch the elf!
Oh, it's the non-magic elf. Nothing will happen.
We're very impressed with your little elf. Oh, there you go. There's Tom and Kelsey and their little elf. They're going to be speaking to us about, my goodness, their roller coaster year and a half following Tom's brain tumour diagnosis, and how their young children and that little elf have kept them going through the very darkest of times. We're going to catch up with Tom and Kelsey right after this. And the elf. And the elf. Welcome back to Friday's Loose Women alongside me, Kay Adams. There's Katie Piper, Nadia Sawala and Linda Robson. Still to come on today's show, could you be inadvertently giving your child the gift of self-esteem issues this Christmas? No, I know. Find out what we think about this year's must-have dolls at 1:15. That was a bit of a sucker punch, wasn't it? Also, we'll be delving into the toy box of years gone by when we talk about our favourite childhood toys. Don't put me back on that space opera, please. Now, last October, the showbiz world went into shock when the wanted star Tom Parker went public with his diagnosis of an inoperable brain tumour at the age of 32. His wife Kelsey was pregnant with their second child at the time, and since then they've welcomed baby son Bodhi into their family as Tom has gone through gruelling rounds of chemotherapy and even eventually felt well enough to perform again with his band. And today, Tom and Kelsey join us to tell us how they're looking forward to the future together. Hi there, you two. Hi. Hi.
How are you?
Katie's very upset with you touching the elf, I just have to tell you. You're not supposed to, Mummy and Daddy.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Listen, last scan, Tom, if you don't mind me diving in with this first, I believe was very positive news.
Stable, yeah. I mean, it's pretty unheard of at this point, to get to that point. So, yeah, just really over the moon, to be honest with you. I'm very grateful.
And Kelsey, for you too, that must have been just wonderful news to receive.
Yeah, because I just think with having this, obviously you always worry about the scans, like that's like the big scanxiety.
Yeah.
And then when we got the news, obviously we were elated and we were just so happy.
Kelsey, I was lucky enough to spend the day with you a couple of weeks ago. And I came back and I was telling you girls, wasn't it? I said, oh, my God, this woman just literally exudes like this power and this positivity that was really quite almost overwhelming. I was so impressed by it.
Oh, thank you.
That's so lovely. She really does do that. Like, she gets me through the day, to be honest with you.
But that's how we've got through this whole, you know, situation, through positivity. Like, it's really massively helped us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I saw on social media you used the hashtag #PositiveParkers, and I'm a real big believer in, putting thoughts out to the universe, manifesting things, and being able to change your own mindset.
Really, I'm a big believer in it.
Yeah,
big believer in it.
Yeah, and
because I genuinely do believe in what you put out to the universe is kind of what you get back.
Yeah, and we've been doing this for years, even before Tom got his diagnosis.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we've always believed in. So it was the only route for us.
Yeah.
Like, even when he was diagnosed, it was like, right, we've got to stay strong. We've got to be positive. And also, we've got 2 young kids. It was the only way. And I was 35 weeks pregnant with Bodhi. So we actually had no other way.
It was either get up and get on or just sink and die.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I really
that
admire
was pretty
that.
much the principle of it.
Yeah, I think that's really an admirable way to be. And I could imagine coming into your house, I'm sure it would be all good vibes, great energy. And I wondered if there was anything you do with the kids or in the household. Do you have any mantras or rituals or anything visual that you do as a family to keep all those good vibes going?
We like to fall through the tree every now and again.
Yeah, so
There's a
fell
big,
through the tree.
I fell through the tree before
we came on air.
Okay.
My balance
Not
got a
quite
little
what I thought.
swayed. Now we've got a big hole in the tree.
No, we don't normally get up to that. We dance, we have fun, don't we? We do lots of singing.
Yeah.
At the moment, we've been singing lots of Greatest Showman, haven't we?
Yeah.
This is me.
good.
That's the one line that Aurelia can just sing, so she just goes, this is me.
Yeah, that's good. Any affirmations, positive quotes? Do you read things like that out to the kids?
Yeah, and we actually have positive notes, like, around the house.
Yeah.
Positive affirmations. So, yeah, we're just really positive.
Brilliant. I love that.
And the kids, what age are the kids? I mean, goodness, you've got your hands full. I mean, two under 3?
2 and 1, yeah.
I mean, just from a practical point of view, how are you managing just practically, Kelsey?
It's difficult for her, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, I think this age is even harder now because they're both on the move. So, like, getting them out of the house is an absolute nightmare. At first, I was like, oh, this is a breeze. Like, this is really easy. But now they've, like, they found their feet. Bodhi's walking. I'm like, oh, how do I get out of the house?
Man's climbing up the stairs now. I'm like, oh, God, I need a stair gate.
And you've always said, Kelsey, that you'd like more children. Is there anything planned yet? Are you going to start trying for more? Or is it a bit too soon?
Not at this moment of time. And not where I've just hit this hurdle of how hard it is. So I think give us a year to 2 years, then we might discuss having baby number 3.
Right. Better get active.
You're both great.
Pick yourself up, boy.
You're both great
He's sorting
advocates.
himself out.
You're both great advocates, aren't you?
Sorry.
For representing and pushing for better treatments for people.
Oh, massively.
100%, yeah.
Look, we had the shock of our lives when Tom was diagnosed because you're thrown, you've got glioblastoma and then it's...
you're doing this and
You're
that.
doing this. You start radio on Thursday and you'll have radio and chemo, then you'll have 6 rounds of chemo. Yeah,
that's it.
And what else? No, that's it. And it's not changed for 30 years. This is standard of care for 30 years.
But for all cancer.
Yeah.
Obviously, all cancers are different. But the NHS currently treat all cancer pretty much, with the same treatment, which is chemotherapy and radiotherapy.
Which
that hasn't changed in 25
years. We were just shocked at, weren't we? We were just like, our jaw was to the floor and we was like, but we need something else. This is an aggressive
and that's kind
cancer.
of like our new mission, I suppose, in life is try and better the treatment for cancer. It's just appalling out there at the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're fortunate enough to be able to at least have chemotherapy and radiotherapy, but there is better technology and treatment out there now, so I would try and advocate for better treatment.
Yeah, make a change.
Yeah.
Kelsey, you said that you were offered counselling, you guys, right at the beginning, and you felt there really should be a change on that because it's actually further along. I suppose because initially you're just in the shock of it all.
And Tom was
100%.
shocked that literally the whole way through radio and chemo, and
I couldn't accept it.
The further we went on, the worse he got as well. And then they're offering, a psychologist to ring Tom and talk to him, but it was the wrong time. He needed it after treatment to say, I know you've been 3 years. How do you feel now? Let's talk it through. Like, we're trying to they had physios turning up, and then we had phone calls, and then you're trying to go to radio, do chemo. There's timings for everything. Like, it was so hectic.
Exhausting as well.
And then in the end, we didn't actually push on with any of them treatments. We then funded our own after Tom had gone through the radio and chemo.
Yeah. And you're going in lots of ways, in a very holistic way, aren't you? Building your immune systems. And from talking to you the other day, I could see that's been really empowering for both of you.
Oh, yeah, it's changed
100%.
our lives completely. We're all about building the immune system, taking supplements, just
eating right, like cutting your sugar out. Like, not a lot of people know that refined sugar, like, feeds cancer and feeds cancer cells. And I don't think the general public and just the general, knowledge about, like, refined sugar is appalling.
Yeah.
So I'd like to try and get, that message out there. Just not good.
Yeah. We're just trying to take every day as it comes, though, and we just feel like there's a mission for all of it for us, and to just get through general life as well.
Yeah. I mean, well, self-care is absolutely critical, isn't it? And you're both obviously very much kind of embracing that. Tom, can I just say you are planning for the future? You're planning to get back on stage with the boys, yeah? The Wanted?
Yeah, that's the plan. So we're going to go on tour in March.
Yes.
March and April. The memory's coming back. So we're doing that March and April, and then potential new album. Who knows? We're just, we're not putting too much pressure on it, just because I think there was a lot of pressure on the project last time, and we just kind of want to enjoy it this time around.
Well, listen, it's been so lovely to speak to both of you, Tom and Kelsey, the wonderful Positive Parkers. Yeah. We're wishing you and the kids a really, really happy Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time, all of you, with your family.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Have
a fantastic Christmas.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Love you all.
Bye.
Oh.
And there are helplines available if you are struggling after a cancer diagnosis. You can find them on the ITV website listed below. We've got lots more to come after the break. We'll see you after this.
Aren't they lovely?
He brought harmony to the Loose Women panel back in 2019. And now celebrity choir master and music maestro Gareth Malone will be hitting all the high notes with his big return to the studio. This is me. Tune in for an encore like no other. Monday at 12:30 on Loose Women.
No wonder you're hiding, Nadia Sawalha. You're looking forward to seeing Gareth
Worst
again.
experience of my life on television. Do not.
This is
I would like to hold the producers accountable for that.
I don't quit the day job.
That was very good.
Big finish.
Oh, God.
This is me. Right, now, my lovely assistant here has a doll, which is apparently one of the most wanted dolls this Christmas. Now, could you demonstrate, please, Casey? This is
that a shoe
in her hair?
Here she is, failing at life. Look at all that smudged makeup. And then she pops on her rather glamorous mask.
Oh, I could do with one of those.
So.
It's a bit like us in the makeup room every day, isn't it?
And then when it comes... Oh, here we go. There she is with her mask. And then, this is the big reveal. When we take the mask off, like so, she's all fixed up. Look at her.
Wow.
Sparkly eyeshadow.
And she's called the Fail and Fix.
The Fail Fix doll, that's what she's
Fail Fix
called.
doll.
So basically, you can transform her, you can fix
You know what it reminds me of?
messy
You know that
makeup.
TikTok thing when people go, and then they put their hand over the, and then they take it away, and then they're all gorgeous. It's a bit like that.
It is, isn't it? It's bringing that trend to life.
Yeah.
My first thought was, I hope there's a male version.
Yeah.
I hope there's a man failing with sleepy dust in his eyes. And
Beer
a mask.
belly.
Beer belly.
Yeah. I mean, of course, the manufacturers for Moose Toys, they say we do not create toys with a view to discriminate or stereotype anyone. It's all about the transformation of a failed makeover and not a failed person. But do you know where I think we kind of go wrong with all this stuff? I mean, every year there's a toy that as adults, we look at and we don't like that, we don't like the thought process that's behind that, etc. But it's like we're projecting an adult analysis of this toy onto kids. And they don't. I mean, I would probably get that as a 4-year-old and, I don't know, stick it up the chimney or do something ridiculous with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you are right, yeah.
But isn't the argument that by osmosis it just leaks into their brains and then gives them an unreal
I don't know.
version of...
I never, ever remember wanting to be my toys, and I never saw them as anything but toys. I think you're right, you know.
Well,
I have to say, my girls...
It's
my
a
girls
conversation around toys, isn't it?
My girls had baskets and baskets of Barbies. I must say, from certain middle-class Dulwich mums, when they came round, I'd hide them in the cupboard. But, but I loved it. It was creative, imaginative play. They would play for hours and hours and hours, great conversational skills. They would have arguments, they would have disasters. They would all be sorted out through play. And I think it's much more, what we have to think about much more is our conversations with our girls. Yeah. The balancing whatever's going, because there's so much going on in the world that's going to mess with their minds. And, yeah, I don't think my girls have been affected by their
I love it when I
Barbie
see
dolls at all.
Lila and Betsy playing with toys rather than the laptop. Now, they're only allowed their laptops weekends, but when you see them sitting down on the floor, playing with all their little toys, talking to each other, and there's nothing nicer than seeing that, honestly.
You know what I hate is when you see them do the role play and they start copying how you talk. So they make the Barbie go, come on, girls, we're late, get in the car. Like, is that me? Is that what I always say?
My girls couldn't play with their dolls unless they had a thick American accent.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, it's what they put into the toys. It's not what we kind of impose on them. So I'd be quite relaxed about that one. Apart from that, it's a very ugly mask it's got on.
I mean, when I was playing with my... Are we still talking about toys?
No, but you just carry on chatting yourself. I'm going to tell everyone about the competition, but if you want to keep talking to yourself, then
she's
fair
pretty
enough.
nostalgic.
We're building up to the climax of the show, which is me on a space hopper. But anyway, first it's
Don't say climax and space hopper in the same sentence.
Could get very messy.
If they can't find it, I'll just use you. Lisa Snowdon has all the details.
ITV Daytime makes hundreds of winners every year, and now we've got a huge festive treat for you with another chance to win a magnificent £200,000. What is it like to win big? We asked some of our previous winners.
It's been amazing. I've paid my mortgage off. I've had lovely holidays and I've treated family. And we've all had treats and we've all, you know, done things together, and we're just happy for my mum, really, because she deserves it.
Your life could be about to change with £200,000 that could be all yours. So for another chance to win our jingle jackpot of £200,000, text cash to 81119. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Call 09068 78 11119. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY48 PO Box 7558, Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close on Friday the 17th of December at 3 p.m. Good luck.
So inevitably we start reminiscing, of course, about our favourite toys from childhood. Linda has actually had to go out and dive down at the bottom of the toy box to get hers. But Katie, what is this yours? Was this your favourite thing?
Yeah, there were a few. I had a Girls' World head. It was a little bit bigger than this. And I have to say, it wasn't as intact as this because it would arrive like this and I would slowly cut it until it actually had a skin head.
I did that with my tiny tears.
Black the eyebrows with some biro and just generally vandalise it, really.
Do you know, the funny thing about that was, because I did do it with my titles, when you started, you thought you were going to do a really good job. You thought it was going to be fabulous. And then they all ended up the same, didn't they? Like that.
Yeah.
You know, that makes me think how old I am, because that was your favourite toy. And I remember buying one of those for my own daughter, who's 19.
Oh, really?
So that one's been around a long time.
We missed that, didn't we?
Yeah, I know. What are you sitting there with?
Well, me and my big sister, Dina, our dolls are the most important things in our lives, and we had a whole world, and it was called Salah World, and we were both called Salah, and she was called Salah.
You've always been odd, haven't you? Yeah. You've always been odd.
And these dolls, we did everything with them, and my mum said we used to be so cute. We'd sit on the bottom of the stairs, and we'd be like this. We'd just be like, and she's like, "What are you doing? We're on a bus." Go and get shopping. And we'd go and get shopping, and then I can still, if I close my eyes, the exquisite pleasure of this memory of getting back and making multiple lemon meringue pies, because that was our favourite thing.
Yeah.
So we'd use a mini loafer for the pastry, and then we'd get yellow toilet paper and mush it and mush it to make the lemon bit in the middle. And then we used to beg my mum, just every so often, let us use Dad's shaving foam. And we'd use the shaving foam to make the meringue. And honestly, I've got tingles over my body remembering how gorgeous it was. But she only let us use the shaving foam about 3 times a year. Otherwise, we'd have to spend ages with a bar of soap trying to get enough foam to get a meringue.
But that is a perfect example of what toys are to children. You know, they're learning about life and they're creating
we used
their own
we used
sort
to
of...
clean up the house. I mean, it didn't affect my life, did it?
Well, you
I didn't
certainly
then turn into a cleaner up the house.
You sure didn't. Wait to see Linda's. I mean, we've gone quite traditional, like with dolls and makeup.
I'm getting really nervous as to where she is.
Well, I don't know. Has she found it, Linda?
What's she
Come
got?
on, Linda. Where are you?
She's not going to injure herself.
It's
is she?
look! Oh, wow!
What have you come as? I've come as an air stewardess.
Oh!
That's what I wanted to be growing up.
Oh, and was there a costume for an air steward?
There was, yeah, and then I had a little thing round my neck here and a little box here with little drinks and crisps and things like
So
that.
do it now. Come up to me on the plane.
Would you like a drink, madam?
She's getting a need, right?
Oh, I can just see it.
Would you like a packet of crisps? Nuts. We'll have some nuts. Yeah. Oh, I love nuts. They're my favourite.
I think you were on Aeroflot, weren't you?
No, but I just wanted to be a stewardess, and my mum got me this for Christmas, and I was like in my glory. It was like, because I always thought it's a really glamorous life, travelling, getting to see the world, you know, and that. And so this was my favourite toy ever.
God, that's so interesting. I mean, we're kind of the same vintage. It never occurred to me what got air hostess into your head.
Because I'd never been on a plane before. It was just like a glamorous life, wasn't it? Just getting to see all these different...
I used to dress up as She-Ra. I used to dress up as her. Do you remember her? He-Man's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Oh,
is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Do you know,
sweet once.
Do you remember being really... I remember, like, if we went to my parents' friends' houses, if they had sons, we would, as quickly as we could, get up to their toys so we could find their Action Man and pull down their pants.
Yes.
Because all we wanted to see was an Action Man.
What? We did that with Tiny Tim. We used to rip his nappy off and check. Yeah.
Who's Tiny Tim?
Oh, that's Tiny Tim's brother.
And was he tiny?
Yeah. I'm not divulging that, I'm telling you.
Did he actually have a...
He had the full gear. Yeah, he had the full gear.
Did he?
And he would wet himself as well.
He was looking for willies at your
I think
age.
we've digressed, guys.
It was.
It's degenerated again. It happens on a Friday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It
Normally
really does.
from her.
Yeah.
What about you, Kay?
Well, as you know, I like something big and bouncy, always have.
Oh, you're not getting that out again.
So here it is. I love my space opera. Well, I also love to carry on the theme, my purple chopper. But when I wasn't on my purple chopper...
You were happily bouncing on
I was on my space opera.
There's
Look
a
at that.
theme where
High
she
heels.
always likes the whole thing.
Did you always like
danger.
What? That's it for today. And this week, we've got a bumper lineup for you next week with Gareth Malone. Poor man's going to have to try and teach her how to sing again. James Blunt and William Shatner, who are all stopping by for a chat. Actually, you look as if you could go on his spaceship, Linda. And, of course, Frankie is going to be back fresh from the I'm a Celebrity castle. Oh, we would love her to bring that crown back. We're going to spend all weekend voting for her on the app. Why don't you do the same? Have a great weekend.